and not mean any of that shit or not understand any of that shit, any of that stuff. And a lot of that stuff has to do with the fact that like how above how you see men. Account like honor, respect, pride, those are male traits. All right. Which is why again when people don't have they father in their life, and you also saw that too. This person don't come from a solid family. I gotta realize when you raised by your single mother, you more than likely do not develop a strong sense of right from wrong. Okay, real quick, man. I want to show one more definitely someone who I keep being the phrasing like that. All right, man. I wanted to play another body cam video, man. All right, man. We back. I don't know why. This is crazy. Anyway, so I want to show you guys something that I think is really important about, and it really speaks to how black people think, and the reason why this is important, the reason why the people in this room who are hearing this guy talk, when they like this guy because he's telling them you can get something without working hard for it. You can get something without sacrificing. You can get something without busting your ass. This is how you get over. I keep telling y'all niggas love the idea of getting over. That's why y'all love this whole thing with Kendrick. Despite that, yo, nigga, listen, shit has been weird. I ain't gonna hold you. It wasn't a good year for hip hop. Nigga, historically, it was the worst year for hip hop. Like numbers wise, it was the worst year for hip hop because the boy wasn't outside. But now the boy's back inside. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Cried laugh when I yeah, you know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
Thank goodness you've had your surgery.
We're good to go.
So this is him 500. All right, him 500. Marcus Barney. Right, him 500 is a financial influencer. And I want you guys to watch this video. Fair use. YouTube, don't be hating.
Trust nobody to invest. What I'm gonna do is I will go to a bank. You can go to Navy Federal, right? I am the best. You go to Navy Federal right now and apply for an auto loan. You can pull a VIN number off of car groups. They'll give you a loan. If you say, okay, look, I'm gonna be up. Like you go in there and say, I need 100,000, right? What's your credit gotta be? 700 plus, right? I give a blueprint on this show how to build your credit report out in detail. You go to Navy Federal, say, listen, I need to get 100,000. You get a car guru VIN number, and when you get the VIN number, you put it and mark it down 10,000. They cut you a check 24 hours.
A car gonna say that again?
Car guru.
Car
you get
guru.
a VIN number to
right.
apply for the loan.
Right.
They gonna cut you a check 24 hours. You got 90 days to give them the title. If you don't give them the title, it turns into a personal loan. So they just legally gave you the loan. It ain't nothing illegal. It turns into a personal loan. But ain't no way in hell you can go to the bank and get a personal loan. So for everybody out there, if you get your credit up, it's free game on the show. Then what happens is, okay, you got 100,000 from the bank. All right,
They all in there listening intently. And I ain't gonna lie, if it wasn't for the pocket watcher breaking this down and shout to pocket watching with JT, I wouldn't have understood that this is a crime. A lot of us are not educated, but overall, we always can get sucked in because of how we think. You don't want to compete, especially you ninjas, yo. You ninjas don't want to go out there and compete for nothing, and you don't realize you're not competitive. You really got it in your mind that because women have fantasies and ideas and aspirations of things being given to them, but you men, you cannot feel like that. You cannot think like that. You are a man. A man's ability to create, to build and destroy is infinite. Okay? A man can affect changing his environment at any given time. Don't ever forget that. Don't let no one tell you that anything different. All right? Dead ass. But but you see them all listening, and he has their full attention. But also make notice of his entire build. That kind of ninja, that's the kind of ninja, yo, he better figure out how to get him a bag early in life, all right? Listen, that the Punani path can corrupt you as well. Because men know they got to pay, right? Shout out to CGA. Men know they got to pay. And we know we need a significant amount of money. A lot of men are not ready for the possibility of you finding yourself doing some unsavory things because you're trying to keep up financially. Taking out lines of credit, maybe getting caught, maybe gambling. All types of shit. Because you have pressure of thinking like, yo, I need to be able to afford this woman, or I need her to think that I'm this kind of guy, you know what I mean? And you rush the process. The process is beautiful. I always think it's going to be a time where I'm not going to be in this point with my YouTube career anymore, and everything's going to be different, and it's going to be hard for me to even imagine having a few thousand subscribers. It's going to be hard to imagine, but I appreciate the journey. I appreciate seeing things change on this channel, and this channel becoming like an actual professional channel. So thank y'all for watching. But anyway, anywho, so yeah, if it wasn't for this channel, I wouldn't have known like how serious this is. I think a lot of black people do not know that. But also, as far as my point about one of the consequences of feminine leadership, single mother-led households, is a lot of black people do not realize that you have a very loose idea of what right from wrong is, or you do not believe in doing anything all the time. Because being around mom, again, women like Crimson Cure always says, women are chaotic, meaning that it's not necessarily to be destructive or destroying things, but chaotic in terms of out of order, all right, or just the opposite of order, you know what I mean? But it doesn't have to be a nasty thing. It could be something simple as switching things up. She also uses the metaphor of fire. You know what I'm saying? When you bring order to chaos, it's like fire. You know, fire, if it's out of control, can burn down an entire city or burn down an entire forest of building, right? But when it's controlled, you can cook food. You can power things. You can like warmth does all types of stuff. You can warm a home, all types of stuff. A flamethrower, if you're in a post-apocalyptic situation, okay? But let's play a little more of this, okay? But that game shit, man.
It's an auto loan. It's at 3% for the first 90 days. 3%? 3 to 5%, right? For the first 90 days. After that, it turns to a personal loan. The interest rate go higher. What happens is now you got a bankroll. So now, if you want to risk somebody money, risk the bank's money. So when you see a Wall Street trapper, when you see the Earn Your Leisures and the Earners Anonymous, you now can say, okay, well, shit, them folk money anyway. So I'll put 10,000 over there to test it out. See, this is where now, but what happens is most of us will get the money and go blow it. Instead of going blowing it, you got these white folk money. Go invest it. Go figure out and gamble their money. So now instead of rolling dice, you're saying, okay, let me put 10,000 on Ethereum. Let me put 10,000 in Bitcoin and see how it grows. Then you start to learn, and then you get comfortable, because now that's the beauty of all of us. We got communities where you can come and get with people who look like you, who are making the same moves. When you got niggas out the streets making 200.
Who are these niggas?
Like you off investing money. Right. Flipping less than you have. Right? They flipping less than you have, but they make 20,000 a month and they look just like you. The issue is education and getting comfortable. But if you ain't comfortable enough to risk what you don't risk your life for, you go get the life for money with the credit. Come back.
The whole conversation, that's all hustle. Cause that nigga know what you niggas want to hear. The white folks. You always thinking about, that's your problem, always thinking about them white folks. I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. I was going to show y'all a body cam video where these girls basically was still in makeup, and they came out the house with some nasty pajamas on, and they had just came from the joint, and they was heading home with their loot and everything. But I said, you know what, we're going to stop it here. So let's go ahead and get into this Hulk Hogan story real quick, guys. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's do it. You guys ready? Let's do it, okay? The 42-minute mark. Let's do it. All right. We got it. All right. We know what that works. Okay, that works. You know what?